Hi, Tyler from Interfidelity here, and today we're going to talk about a fashion headphone. It's not very often that I review a fashion headphone. Typically, I get emails to review this kind of headphone all the time, and usually I have to say I kind of ignore them because so often I'm so disappointed in a headphone of this type. But in this case, I found myself very pleasantly surprised. This is the Caeden, C-A-E-D-E-N, Linea number 10, on-ear, sealed, Bluetooth headset. Comes with a cable, of course, but it also operates in Bluetooth mode. The cable is about a little over 3 feet long, has a mini plugs on both ends, straight mini plugs on both ends, a one button remote control that is compatible with Apple and Android devices, and also comes with a matching USB cable. These cables are fabric covered, and a carry bag, just a artificial leather pleather carry bag. So it's fairly simple. It's $199 though, so it's quite inexpensive as these things go. And very good looking. It's got these faceted edges, cups here. The ear pads, I don't know that they're memory foam, but they're very plush and nice. The headband is not very wide, but it does have a fairly plush cushion on it, and the headphones are quite light, so I didn't have any problems getting a hot spot on the top of my head from the weight. They were quite comfortable on my ears for long periods of time because of the plush cushions, and the ear pads rotate and tilt fairly nicely with fairly even movement, so when you put it on your head they align quickly with your ears, and I don't have any problem putting them on at all. The adjustment for the headband is in this arm here. It doesn't seem like it's very long, but I had no problem putting it on my somewhat larger than normal size head, and I had no problem fitting it on the head of my measurement system, which is substantially smaller than the average male head, but it's an average size for all heads. So at any rate, I think it will fit most people pretty easily. It has the buttons for the Bluetooth control are on the side here. It has a center button for pause and play. This also turns on the headphones. If you hold it for a long push, it enters the pairing mode. The up and down buttons will adjust volume if you hold them down, and will track forward and back depending upon the device that you're using. These things are not 100% compatible across the board like most headphones. But it's a very nice and stylish little headphone for $199. I think it's a pretty good deal. The real surprising thing about it was the sound. The sound from these headphones are quite good, but they're not audiophile good. They do have a little bit of additional bass from flat, which I like. The bass does extend just a little bit too much into the mid-range, causes the mid-range to have a bit of a woolly sound on the bottom. The mid or upper, mid, lower treble range, where there's usually a hump at 3K on my raw frequency response measurements due to the concha of the ear, was not as high as it should be, and as a result these headphones are a little withdrawn sounding. The sibilances are a little subdued and softened, which is in some ways very nice because you don't get any fatigue from high frequency treble garbage. These are very, very pleasant in that regard, although it's a little too laid back. And it has a very narrow notch at about 4 kilohertz that to my ears seems like it takes S's and turns it into THs a little bit. So there's a little lack of speech intelligibility on these headphones, but just a little. Nonetheless, you listen to them for a little while, and your mind accommodates very quickly to this gentle and relaxed presentation that's got a nice full body. Up above 10 kilohertz, the energy remains in a pretty good place, so there's a nice sparkle to them, even though it sounds a little laid back. It doesn't sound dull, because the very high frequencies are still there. So all in all, I really enjoyed this headphone for consumer use. I don't think audiophiles will be as well suited to this headphone, because we're a bunch of nervous nannies, and we get all ornery when the sound isn't perfect, which means we're never satisfied with any headphone. So won't be satisfied with this. But for most consumers, they're going to hear this and really love the sound, because it's very, very pleasant. And as I looked at this headphone from the perspective of it being a fashion headphone, I came to the conclusion that Caeden did a great job of producing a relatively well balanced and pleasurable to listen to headphone for folks. It's a very feminine looking headphone, so I think it's probably a great headphone for audiophiles to give as presents to the ladies in their lives. The headphone also comes in black with gold accents, and black with a gunmetal accents. I have one in the package, so this one's in its pouch, and you can see it folds flat when you store it in the pouch. And this is the headphone with the gunmetal accents, which is a bit more masculine and certainly may suit some folks that way. So the Caeden Linea number 10 at $199 is going to get a very strong recommendation from me, mostly because it's a great headphone for consumers and a great headphone to give as a gift. But I am not going to put it up on the Wall of Fame, because it just doesn't quite cut it in sonically, and the Wall of Fame at Inner Fidelity is really focused on sound quality. Now, that doesn't mean this isn't a good sounding headphone. It is a good sounding headphone, and a lot of people are going to enjoy it. It's just really not an audiophile headphone. So the Caeden Linea number 10, a lovely little headphone and headset, Bluetooth headset. Oh, I should say the sound didn't change hardly at all when I went from Bluetooth to wired, so it does well there. It does operate on the wire without using the batteries. Battery life is claimed at 30 hours. I never ran it out of battery juice in my use, so I didn't have any problem with that. But anyway, there you go. The Caeden Linea number 10, a lovely little headphone. Hope you get a chance to have a quick listen to one of these and can put it on your present list for some special person in your life. All right, thanks, and we'll see you guys the next time.